There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents from them. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical
Master.
Clear Paris, who make you again Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Yes, wonderful day, people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. And for a matter of fact, Sktv, it is the best around the world. I don't know about you. You know, we are just so content. You know, we are happy. You know, we are a little team. And in fact, with a little progress that we are making, you know, for us, we don't care about how many, you know, how many things you into, how many people you know, or whosoever thing you think you can. No, sometimes when we come here and tell you that it's good to eat your little dry rice in peace, you get angry. Some of you, maybe when you left poverty, maybe when like in fact you associate that with poverty. Nobody left poverty, but what to do? You know, you just gotta manage. You see, the NNP and work like this, sir. Hey, you want me to work like this, sir? Ah, God, let me just eat my little dry rice in peace. But again, people, today's Friday. The 21st of August, for a matter of fact, the 8th month and the year remain the same, 2026. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday evening. Help us share the show. Some of you who are watching, better stay following us. Those of you that are also listening to us via the radio, thank you so much. And all of you too that are also relaying some of our partners. Our partners in progress, some of you there from Nimba, from Grand Cayman, from Lofa. You know, just want to say good evening to all of you and thank you so much for all you do for. We have no political party. Our party is Mama Liberia. Some of you who've been listening to some of us for maybe for a little time. No, even though sometimes when we talk this way, you get issues. We come on the other side, you get issues, and that's good. For me, that's what I like. Yeah, but all you know, we left for Liberia to be, you know, letting Liberia build Liberia and not love Liberia. That's why some of us are always saying this. But again, good evening. The rest of the team of panelists will soon be here with us. They will soon join also. If you know what I know, get your gadget set or get your radio set, or better still go and recharge and get your data because it won't be easy today. Today is Friday. So if NNP is clearing their side on Friday, then you will know that you the common man out there don't tante anyway. any mistake, he made you out. But anyway, people, it's interesting. So many things happening back home. To the extent that we ourselves, we don't even know now which one to even talk about anymore. But Liberia is seriously busy. Yeah. I think we'll not pause now with looking for in fact job creation. We'll not pause with that because now we are no longer looking for investors anymore because we are not afraid now because some of these quote unquote investors, you know, the thing that they can come with, and so they come with swing off. At the end of the day, they come with all kinds of things. But again, it's good people. Help us share the show. Let's hear from the chief of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman, right there.
Hoping to speak to the Inspector General of Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman. He's about leaving the Gomez Institute of Medical Science, where the former vice president, now arrested and charged in connection with drug trafficking, money laundering, criminal facilitation, criminal conspiracy. Let's see if we can get an interview with the Inspector General of Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman. Colonel Coleman? Good afternoon, sir. Colonel Coleman, what's what's the update on Madam Chua Howard Taylor?
You're weird. Okay, so wait. So, gentlemen, you'll take our time.
Colonel Coleman, what's the update?
Madam Taylor is stable. She's still being treated by the doctors. Right now, the doctor have asked for an extension for them to observe her a little more, but she's fine. She's speaking. She's receiving visitors at this point in time.
What kind of extension are we talking about?
Well, I'm not a medical person, so based on the advice before we can proceed.
You were accused this morning by the head of the Human Rights Commission that you denied them access, even though he later said your phone was switched off. Any reason why they weren't allowed to enter this morning to speak to the Vice President, Colonel Coleman?
So I feel bad that, you know, the Human Rights Commission feels somehow disrespected, but in as much as Madam Taylor may be an accused person, she still have her innocence until proven guilty. There's a medical facility. It's not a police station that I could say just come in at any point in time. I asked him to call her lawyer. If the lawyers agree and say, Mr. Taylor wants you as a guest, we'll allow you to go in. If it was a police station, I would have given him immediate access. So let me apologize to him if he felt offended by me. I see the reason and logic in it. You have to respect her rights as well.
Did you speak to Madam Taylor yourself?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say is the kind of treatment she's receiving? Did she say anything to you that worth telling us?
No, nothing worth telling you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, folks, so there you have it. On today, sorry, let me have this muted. In fact, yes, indeed, sorry. And again, to some of you who maybe quote unquote you a little bit busy throughout the day, and maybe you don't follow some of these things. That's why when we come here in the evening, we give you all of the latest updates, all of the happening of the day, things that are going on. But help us share the show. I'm doing that already. I'm sharing the show here this evening. Help us, please, as we await the other rest of the team of panelists that will join us here this evening to at least make us to go along the day up to the time, rather, up to 8 o'clock here tonight. So if you're there, please help us share the show. I'm doing that. Help us. Also give us a like, comment, and share. Let me see how best to recognize some of you. Okay, Steve is right there at the back. So some of you who are watching, just give us a like, comment, and share. I see Vincent, in fact, Vincius Gino Bar also watching. Thank you for watching. And please just give us comment. Ruben Gay also watching. Emmanuel Bro Aisha always here with us. For a matter of fact, today Friday. Help us. Some of you who are watching, help us share the show. I'm doing that. I'm sharing the show. I later hit almost 100 to 200. So many things happening back home. Some people will be going to court. Everyone is getting interesting day by day while other people are somewhere. Okay. Steve is right here with us.
Nobody can hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Am I okay? Am I audible enough for you?
Yes, I think you're far better.
All right, thank you. Folks, let's share the show. I know I've been off for a little bit now. It's good to be back. Newborn, it's good to see you. Happy Friday to all of us. Folks, let's share the show. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Like Milborn said, when I was coming on, I think I heard him. A lot is going on in and out of the country, both locally and internationally. We have a lot going on. A lot is going on. I want to quickly announce that we will be having a Saturday editions, more like a collabo. We'll be having a collabo from Front Page Africa. Focus on Liberia and closing arguments. We will be having a collabo very, 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 very soon. It will be aired Saturdays. You don't want to miss it. You will see anything hot and interesting. And that collabo will be called the Hot Seat. We'll hold no prisoner. No bars will be withheld. In subsequent days, we'll provide you with the details. We'll be launching next month officially. You don't want to miss it. You do not. It will be Saturday mornings, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Melbourne, 6 a.m. will be what time? Your time in Labrador? 6 a.m. It'll be 12, 9, 10.
Yeah, because it's 6. Yeah, it's 13. Yeah, so I don't know what time from the end, but I think 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, right now 2 o'clock on the East Coast, 11 o'clock in Arizona, 11:13. Okay. So yeah, what time is it there now?
It's 6:13. Yeah, 13 minutes past 6.
So it'll be 6 on the East Coast, 13 minutes past 6. So that means it will be midday in Liberia between 11 and 12.
Between 11 to 12. Yes.
Yeah, so folks, you don't want to miss it. Again, I'm announcing it. Over the next few weeks or days, we'll be announcing it. You will hear about it on the different platforms. We are coming up with a collaborative network. Let me tell you something. The thing what you now want, yeah, what they can say on other stations, they can say, and you can't say that one, you can't say that one. We will say over there. No, that they had seen no jacking. We're not even jacking. Yeah. So, Mr. Masale, how are you?
Good evening, Chairman. Good evening, Maybon. Wow, long time.
Okay, you're looking successful. What is going on? You've been looking like you connected to cartel there, or what?
I'm begging you, don't put me in situation again.
I'm gonna call you for investigation. Folks, let's share the show. Let's share the show. Me, I just here to bring your other news. The show will be hot today. I will tell you what on Milborn. I just want to welcome each and every one of us. Milborn will be in charge of the show because I know he's been running it for the past few months. So he will be in charge to determine the conversation, the topic. But I wanted to bring you in to speak with a few announcements. I know my boy Monk is here. In other news, Monk, how are you at Minnesota, my man? How the weather over there? Monk, how your weather in Minnesota?
Maybe he's still setting up.
Okay. Yeah, Monk.
You know Minnesota by now, they probably still experiencing winter. Why we?
Yeah, a lot of funny news coming up from Minnesota. But we'll talk about it in social issues. But I want to say to you in the social issue, in the announcement, let me say again. Today we'll talk some things, some deep things. Some things are happening. Today we'll remind you about some things that are happening. Yesterday I missed the show, but the guys know why I wasn't on. But folks, please help us share the show because we don't want to repeat ourselves. Again, in the next few weeks, we'll be launching a new collaborative broadcasting networking. It will be focused on Liberia, Sktv, and Closing Argument. We'll have all of them at once in one space, and we'll be talking Liberia politics. It will be Saturday morning. We'll start Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time. You don't want to miss it. Yeah, some of you can wake up early in the morning to get ready for work. Some of you can sleep out. You sleep to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or you're running away from the sun to catch you. You might be listening to it too. Nobody's stupid here. We're looking at you. That show will be, I won't hide it from you. It will be because we're not holding nothing and we're not checking. We'll interview people. We'll have conversation. And we'll discuss the issue. Mom, what is going on? I see you wearing you were borrowed today? Oh wow, what's going on?
Oh, the Chicago Bulls, the old school.
Yeah, but folks, Mom got the weather in Minnesota. I was asking you earlier, but you weren't up by then, so.
Oh yeah, I was still setting up. Yeah. Well, not much. I mean, weather is still great, except that we're getting the little cool air coming in the morning. You know, the 23rd of September is the official end of the summer, the season of the summer. So, but Minnesota, we can start getting colder way ahead of the rest of the country. We are in the Midwest here, so the weather will not be too hot or too cold. We're still getting sun, but early in the morning and late, even like when you can feel that cold breeze, then you know we are not far from winter or getting. I mean, not winter, but the fall, because when you're in the summer throughout the day, it's humid. But then when you're getting closer to the fall, the breeze start getting a little colder in the evening. I tell people when you're going out, you put your little windbreaker in your trunk because the weather might look nice, but then under the weather is also cool. So when you go somewhere and it's feeling a little bit chilly, you can just slip on your little not winter jacket, but just some windbreaker.
Monk, so all the thing when you're talking, I want to ask you from a social standpoint, is it a time now for you to call that girl who you may plow away to call for her to face things? Is it a time now? The time
you don't wait for winter when you throw cable though. You gotta start throwing cable way ahead of winter because you try it, brother. You won't be having enough troop.
As a second man in comment on social issues, what would you recommend to our boys in now? What would be your honest recommendation?
I recommend you start making regular phone calls, frequent phone calls, so that way it doesn't look like you're in a desperate mode. Because when you establish the phone call by now, before you get to the fall and before the winter, then you finish reestablishing the friendship you already rekindled. But if you can recruit during the summer, you don't make phone calls during the fall, and you think you can throw cable during the winter, bro, God bless you.
Okay. Mom, while we here discussing issue on the side for the winter, who the other sister just pressing Melbourne here? Melbourne are telling you hello. You're not answering me. Melbourne, what's going on? Because draft season coming.
You see the breakdown, right?
Mom,
what happened from your end or my end?
No, thank God, my B says that, CC West up, that our former police spokesperson, Mark, Steve, and that brother Ali. Thank God, I did that. Thank you so much. You know what we read. Yeah, my man.
Wait now. Maybe you get connection with police are your friend.
Don't put the show.
Police are your friend. So
hey, the people are cooking business. Don't put me to.
No, but police are your friend. I just need to know because I know the name CCG class. I just wanted to find out for security reason why CCG class just what's going on. But
that's a good thing. Well, Steve, that's a good thing. If the mayor is in media and he got security friends, people like in the security apparatus, that's a double whammy for him. That's great. So maybe why you want to refuse it? That's a good thing.
No. No, right now in this state, right now, Mark, actually you're right, but not at the moment. In this moment now, you can't easily associate now. You gotta be very careful. So since you didn't link me to
My man, you run me away from police. You are afraid to.
My man, let's slow down. Cecilia want to thank you. You know, Cecilia resigned from the police. And I think she resigned. God can do things. Maybe that Melbourne were praying for her. God can do things because by now she was going to be explaining that with no evidence. You see that other funny police spokesperson now, what they're talking funny things. You know what's going on.
But now she explaining your own too. They will say,
my guys were going to be explaining, just explaining whole day.
The defense is hard.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
Yeah, but my sympathy to you, Cecilia. Sympathy to you.
Cecilia.
Yeah, for your loss.
That's the Lord doing. Yeah,
welcome to the show. No, but we want to turn it over to you if you have any social issue for us to start a discussion that we can get into the politics. But I do have some serious connections and some concern I wanted to make to the Labyrinth. But let me turn it over to you first, and you go ahead. When you give me the time, then I'll talk about it.
Well, thank you, Steve. I don't think because of the kind of things happening now, I think I sent some information in the chat room about people taking people to court. So the whole country right now is noisy. So I think just talk about what you want to talk about. People don't move on with already happening on the day because it's not easy, my brother. Everybody claiming start today's Friday, and in fact, police and all claiming start. So yeah, my brother, it's interesting.
You know, we're talking about God can do things. And you see, while Cecilia are now explaining to the tire, because she left just in a strategic time when all the yo-yo were planning to come out. Because imagine you not use some of cartel money, but you're explaining. You let them pay her for you. They don't buy you new car. You not get new cell phone. You even get new boyfriend, but then you just got to be explaining. So we thank God for Cecilia. She got rescued. Her life got rescued. But let me get a serious thing. You see why God can make some people to be in certain positions or some things. I want to start the conversation first with this guy from Minnesota, Winfrey Russell. You know, he always around funny things. When you are a human being and you always around funny things or funny people, that means you got some kind of funny behavior. I said it over and over. In as much as I wanted for Liberians to vote for him, I will be honest. Because I think as part of patronizing and supporting Liberians and elevating Liberians all around the world, including Liberia, we should be able to support our own. But I have some serious questions about his character. Look at how he's looking funny now. Even the police that he was saying were talking for now, they just made him to look funny in the time. Look how he looks funny. Just look how he looks funny. Look, that's why it's important. I'm not saying be perfect, but don't knowingly associate yourself with people with funny character. And that's why some of us have said over and over, nothing against Stanton, but there is no way I can be on Spoon Talk or appear on Spoon Talk or have any kind of dealings with Stanton if he has not faced the law and paid for his punishment. I can do that, knowing that he's a confessed, convicted criminal. It's wrong. If we want to do the right thing, then we must not associate ourselves with wrong to do the right thing. Then it becomes a problem. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about today. The second thing I wanted to talk about is I'm very concerned about something that the Liberian government is not speaking about publicly. We got the country Liberia today because our people were there before. We were the country people, children. We were our mind, our parents, I go to school, our grandma, and they know A from Beaufort. They never been in school before. We were the country indigenous people, what they can say. When they brought free slaves to Liberia. That's how we got the country Liberia today. That's how we got Liberia today. Liberia used to be by itself. No noise. Our papa didn't used to hustle. Our papa didn't get 4-5 winning. No noise to be in the town. When the other woman won't get fed, they call the town key, they get the family one goat, everybody shut up. We move. So our old then came from on the side. They went over there. Yo-yo start coming. North start coming. They start taking our uncle there from on the farm. What used to be hunting deer and things they brought in the town. They changed their name there. They made the other one, they made another one. Then they start becoming Chimon boy and all the things. Fast forward, we are here today. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Joseph Boakai is doing something that they don't want to talk about. They don't want the public to show light on. That's part of the reason you see them creating different noise at different times. Yesterday, some people came to the country. They call them asylum or deportees. My people on Sktv, everything that you see going on, we raise the alarm first on the show. Listen, we don't care if we just give our credit or not. We don't have a problem with it. But we raise the alarm on the show about everything that was going on, including Joseph Boakai's son, which later on, it will come out. Y'all relax. It will come out. I'm saying this to say, do we know the people then that are bringing, that the American government and the Liberian government and Joseph Boakai agree? Do we know those people then where they come from? What kind of crime they committed here before they send them to Liberia? Do we know which country they came from? You think that all of them that came to the country were just illegal immigrants? And the one that they're sending there, they not get black one money. Yeah. We are joking and we are playing around. You already got a country. You know, I was reading, I don't know, maybe if you have that video, you can play really quick about American outlets or other people reporting. Let me send it to you really quick. Reporting about the people that are coming to Liberia. Joseph Boakai and his people went ahead, and this is very interesting because we are raising the alarm now. We are raising the alarm now again. We are starting to have this conversation so that when it becomes problem down the line, we can remind you again that Sktv, we said it from the beginning. Who are these people that are coming? This is problematic, eh? This is serious. Look, in the quest or in the desire for Joseph Boakai to be in good books with America and Donald Trump, they have decided to just accept anybody to come to Liberia. So Liberia has become a dump site. This is a serious problem. This is a serious problem. Listen, we are not taking the best of the best. Don't let nobody fool you. We are not taking the best of the best. No, they're not deporting engineers and serious-minded people. No, they're not deporting them. No problem. Let me send it to you really, really quick so you can play it quick so the Liberian people can hear it, and then we'll get feedback from you, Aliu, and the rest of the guys so that we can tell about what to start the kick conversation. I thought this was very important. Maybe I'll send you the video. Please, if you can check your inbox. So that you can play for our people to hear it. This has nothing to do with politics. This is also in connection with the so-called drugs because the people, some of them that they're bringing, they're from Venezuela, they're from Colombia, they're from the funny country that got drug affiliations and other serious things. Some of these guys, it is alleged that they are part of the MS-13 gang. These are dangerous guys, dangerous group of people. Oh, you think America getting rid of them because they were good set of people here, or they get illegal immigrants that they can't and won't get rid of them? Why they not send them back to the country? If they were truly illegal immigrants without any kind of funny past or funny agendas, why they couldn't send them back to the countries? If their countries are refusing to host them or to bring them back, so Liberia tend to be a dumb side. Maybe I'll play that video. You think this is a joke? We will always talk serious issue on the show, and some of you will get vexed. All the other presidents are John Weir and King, all the other presidents are King. They never got into the kind of funny thing. Joseph Boakai is corrupt and they're stealing and they don't want to be held accountable. So they pass around. They got to succumb to anything this regime says to them, Trump regime says to them. Sometimes they even volunteer because they won't be in good books. This is problematic. This is troubling. And we say now they're distracting us with Joel Howard Taylor and their other drug and Costa coming and talking on that other soulless human being. And Martin calling there, those funny people that talking funny things, and y'all running all around in circle around yourself. The main issue at hand, they ain't paying attention to it because they know that when they distract you guys, they can sneak in and do whatever they want to do before you make up already late. So this is a serious issue. This is some serious issue. Maybe when you got that video, please play it. I beg you, Chief.
Yeah, I come in.
and then we'll get to the guys for feedback on it. While the video is loading, maybe we can wait. Maybe you got it on, or we should continue the conversation yet.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Kroma, Mr. Connor, how are you, sir? Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, my man, you looking like Iman today, so you looking like real shit. You looking like real Iman.
Iman, man, I had to go for the Friday prayer.
Yeah, now you looking correct. You looking correct. My man, with Moon out, I want to cheat Iman for you there.
Everybody connect. They say they were looking at Imam.
No, this is what the woman was saying to doing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my man, you looking. Yeah, you looking super, my man.
Your grandma was saying those are the things we used to do.
La me get me Imam. La me now one full wife. Imam always full.
Yeah, that's the problem there. I'm making my problem. We can't give it to you.
You can't give it to you, right?
Yeah, you can't tell four. You want to tell when they want, like problem there.
I know, right?
So you want to tell four on the show? Would you make it? Would you announce it?
Right now, 2-0 for that one.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. Kane, I want to announce that Mr. Kane has 3 open vacancies.
Oh shit!
So if you've been looking at him, I'm gonna wait time now for you to either pass through me, mom,
look at me, nobody coming to you.
or Melbourne or Masai. Anyone will just reach out to us. We got information. We'll pass it on. We'll make a connection for you.
Nobody coming to VSD. But it's great to see you guys. Great.
From Liberia, except up to 1,200 deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we know, has been dumping many third-party deportees on the African continent, and Liberia is now the latest list of countries on the African continent to accept with welcome arms these deportees coming into their country. We have heard from their Minister of Information, who shed a bit more light on this subject. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Liberia intends to accept up to 1,200 persons to be transferred from the United States of America within a year. The persons to be transferred to Liberia are third country nationals, some of whom may wish to seek asylum in Liberia. Honor the agreement or arrangement. Those to be transferred from the United States of America to Liberia will include citizens or nationals of African and Western Hemisphere countries who are medically authorized to travel.
So interesting times ahead, where we're looking at Trump's relationship with the African continent, especially where third-party deportations are concerned. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I mean, Femi, I don't know, but what's the deal in it for Liberia? How much are they getting? Because
they said it's humanitarian.
No.
That's what they said.
Or is it because Trump said his English is very good? The president of Liberia's English is very good. There must be something they are getting. When the UK wanted to bring people to Rwanda, it was paid for, right?
They support projects and infrastructure.
It was paid for.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Nothing.
In other cases, it's going to be paid for. So Liberia, that is already a poor country, just wants to do it for free.
Yeah.
Is it because of the former American heritage they have?
Well, they're making it clear. It might not be for free, but they're saying that it's humanitarian. They've also made clear that there's no quid pro quo between the two of them.
There's nothing humanitarian about it. Are there Liberians there?
Where? None of the 1,200 are Liberians, but there are some Africans. And they have said that if they choose to stay in Liberia, they can do so.
People, see, Liberia did not choose that scientists should come to them. They didn't choose that intellectuals should come to them. It's criminals. And they're saying they choose. Why is there always bad things Africa used to attract? At least we heard the one from Ghana. There were some of our West African brothers, and that's why they collected them and they dispersed them immediately back here. So you just choose to get the hardened of the hardened criminals, and you say they choose to stay here, and you're telling me that there's nothing involved. They should investigate too. They should. I don't think there's something.
All right, there is something. Okay, nothing goes for nothing. Al Jazeera reports that the US has committed $124 million to health infrastructure in Liberia. They also negotiated a visa deal last year that rather than 12 months, they extended to 36 months. 36 months visa extension. There's something in it for Liberia. There's no country that is altruistic to the extent that you're taking back returnees. When your country itself has high unemployment rates, you have infrastructural challenges, your annual refugee intake as a country normally is about 1,169, not up to the 1,200 in one fell swoop from the United States. It's not humanitarian alone. And I do think, going back to Rufai's point, that it's quite unfortunate that deals like this are entered into by African countries like this for gain. What they couch it under is that, we're going to support the process by contributing money because we know that there'll be administrative costs into having these extra people in your country. It is money. The worst part of it, okay, let's assume that they've weighed the options and this is a gain for the countries, that oftentimes the money is not even spent for what it's supposed to be used for. If you look at the history, there will be no transparency, corruption will erode the benefits, and the people themselves who would have to live with the reality of scarce resources even becoming more scarce because more people are going for those scarce resources will not even benefit directly from it. So it's, there are laws, there are suits, lawsuits in the United States and in Liberia against this. Liberia, in terms of the legal part of it, is signed to the UN Convention of Refugees. So there are certain criteria that they must meet to ensure that these refugees will be well looked after and that they have the capacity to look after them and give them dignity of life. Can Liberia meet that threshold? That is the big question. There's no African country that the people themselves have not protested this, but the leaders have taken the decision to take whatever it is that Washington is giving them in exchange for accepting these deportees.
You are right. They are getting something to even help them strengthen their migration system. However, the issues we have seen in other countries in Africa about human rights, nobody in Liberia has raised those issues. Maybe those issues will still come to the fore and more details will be provided. But we still congratulate or thank Nigeria for refusing to be a dumping ground for the United States. Nigeria was one country that stood firm. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adefemi. We are dealing with a lot. We don't need any more issues. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adefemi.
Thank you, Milbon. Thank you for that. Folks, Milbon, I reach out to you guys now. Let's start with Masale. Mr. Masale, what is your reaction? And then we'll go to Mr. Kane, and then we'll come to Monk. Then Milbon will take it away and take over the show for the rest of the time. Milbon, go ahead, Mr. Masale, please.
Chairman, as you said, and we all listened to the video, and just as you said from the beginning, Liberia has become a dumping ground because we know when people are seeking asylum in another country, probably maybe your country is not safe for you, or maybe you have done something and you cannot go back to your country again. And these are some of the things we always talk about: transparency and accountability. Okay, can this government tell the Liberian people how much they receive from the US government before bringing those people into the country? Just while you're listening to, we have infrastructure challenges in this country. My brother, since I came to the country, only today I'm not taking medicine. But anytime I leave my house, I go to work. When I come back, the roads are bad everywhere. You are not even thinking about this thing. Your infrastructure, your roads, network. When you see some of the road in the city here that you are driving in the forest and bringing those people here, what did you receive? Why would the country stand to benefit? There are other countries they took these people to. The country benefited from them, from the US government. Till today, the government have not tell us anything. What was the agreement between them and the US government bringing those people here, when even you have people in your country sleeping all in the street, they don't even have a better place to be. Do you know those people, their records, their character, what they have done in their country, or why America cannot keep them here? Because if those people, they are useful, they have good character, their records are clear, America will not be dumping them, finding place to put them. They will keep them, they will work and help to build the American economy. But to tell you that these are dangerous people, some of them, if not all of them, and just to bring them in Liberia that will still struggling to even survive, to have a better country. But that's it, Chairman. Our country has become a waste bin for U.S. government. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kanye.
Yeah, again, let me say good I see that. I think I heard Monk yesterday, man. But Monk, I know you're back from the sabbatical, man. Good to see you.
I'm not back officially. I get you this week. I will join you guys later full time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm available for the rest of the week, so.
No problem, man. Great to hear you. How the little man doing? Hope he's doing great.
We're doing great. Everything.
All right. Okay. Great to see you guys. Listen, Steve. This is an issue to be flagged, and it requires a lot of attention. Whether the government is willing to talk about it in depth, but everywhere many Liberians should be concerned about it. And indeed, if our African neighbors or African or brothers are concerned, then it's like, I know they will say, oh, you can't cry more than the bereaved, but flagging it from all indication is something that we should look at. Guys, this particular issue about people coming in the country, today is Friday. It came to the public attention in Liberia on Monday.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah.
By Monday, Thursday, you receive those people. They even conscientize or inform the populace about it. It was never done. The circumstances leading to what the Liberian government and the United States came up to, nothing was said to the populace. It's bad. Secondly, like I stated, I think on Monday when Mayborn brought this thing, I said for me, I could not delve into it because I expected that the government was going to fully inform the people. But that's not the case. You're talking about people that were extracted from the United States for criminal offenses that led to, of course, they are being either denied asylum or, of course, arrested, even if they were legitimate people in the United States. But because some of them maybe could be a DACA recipients and other things, but they got removed from here based on some crime that they committed here under the Trump government, and that government came with a decision that, hey, look, we're going to remove the people. My question, Steve, if those people came here illegally, why couldn't they be returned to their country of origin? But rather they would choose a third party under normal circumstances to say, oh, we're going to dump them there.
Yeah.
You know, this is a government that is faced with a lot of desperations, and whatever that will be dumped on a country that the thing that will be in the good graces of the United States, they'll be willing to take it. First and foremost, you are fighting drug situation. A lot of the people, especially the non-Negro descents, a lot of the people from countries that are kind of flagged today for drug trafficking. And in the United States, some of them were even apprehended for drug-related charges. For you to take them into a society that you are not fully equipped, what makes you think some of those people can be do you know their gang alignment in their various countries of origin, especially from Latin America? You don't know that. And today you're fighting people in our country for drug, and the country is fighting for drug-related situation. And now you're taking in about 1,200. I know the Negro descends, like the other from other African countries, maybe that they'll be used as a transit. But you have even come to the decision that you'll be willing to grant them asylum.
Yeah.
You're not even telling the people that, oh yeah, this is just a transit point and we help for them to go to their country of origin. No. You have completely made a decision that you're willing to grant them asylum. So, Steve, I mean, it's just a dangerous situation. You don't have the infrastructure development in that place. I know they'll tell you, oh, some of them, they were medically examined and so on and so forth. There are a lot of transmittable diseases that people are traveling around. You don't have the society. You have the medical infrastructure in our place. You don't have the economic structure of that country. What are people going to be sustaining on, Steve? So it's concerning. But I know we'll delve into it further.
Sure.
But it's concerning.
Monk, what say you?
Well, it can come. It kind of a contradicting when I listen to my folks, most especially those from Africa, when it comes to the immigration in the United States. Most immigrants come here and they support illegal immigration because I don't know how they process information or how they understand how the system works here. When you come here legally, it means you came through a port of entry. They know your destiny, the country you came from. They did a background check on you. When they are deporting you, your country cannot refuse to accept you. Sure. When you come here illegally, it's a whole different ballgame. Illegal immigration is a risk to legal immigration. That's why I cannot stand illegal immigration, because when the U.S. is supposed to take 1 million immigrants in a year and 700,000 came into the country illegally, it means the people who were legally accepted or should have been accepted in America will be denied because they got a number they must hit. When you look at those people that were deported to Liberia, the vast majority of them come from the Western Hemisphere. And we all know what the Western Hemisphere means when it comes to drugs. Yep, the reason that country cannot accept because they are the most dangerous of the criminals in their country. So there's no way they can accept them, and there is no record to prove that it came from those countries. So they cannot take them. They were looking for a dumping site.
Yep.
That's it. The second thing is the government want to make it look like the guys on legal, I will say asylum. Asylum is different from deportation.
Yes.
Asylum means you want to come to a Western country and looking for another third party to transition before coming to a Western country. That's the legal aspect. But we are dealing with a criminal cartel, that how Liberia operate. Everything that is all about money and criminality. They talk about quid pro quo. No, it's quid pro quo.
It is.
That's why they send the West of the West criminal to your country because their own country of origin cannot take them because there is no record of them coming from those countries. You see it? So either way, the politics will say here to you, this is nothing new. There are countries that are benefiting, but they got guardrails in place. Like Rwanda. Rwanda building infrastructure. They're building a diaspora or manufacturing area where people that are seeking asylum can be working in Rwanda before they can even go to Great Britain or industrialized country. Can you imagine that? They received 300 million from the British government. Can we say the same for Liberia? Ghana been doing it for more than 30 years. But the question is, which categories of the criminals are you accepting? Are these people who just seeking asylum? About leasing land? Are you creating opportunity for them? You already lacking, like the guy said, basic infrastructure. You don't have healthcare, no employment opportunity. How do you take the West of the West criminal from the Western Hemisphere and dump them into Liberia? So you're not putting Liberia at a risk. And the thing is not how much the U.S. government is going to give you. How are you going to transfer those funds into meaningful benefit to the country? Why putting them at risk?
Yep, economically.
If Trump government is going to give you 100 million, that's good money. But you corrupt, your country has been run by criminals. So it doesn't matter how much you benefit in terms of financial reward from the U.S. government. The question is, how are you turning that into tangible resources for the people back home? Because you are not only putting them at risk, you are making them to compete against these guys. You don't know the kind of a skill the guy apart from selling drugs. So if you can create employment opportunity, you lack in basic infrastructure, you don't have good healthcare, and you're telling me it's not quid pro quo. No, it's quid pro quo. But the problem is you will not be transparent enough to tell us exactly what's happening. Because in our country, people don't ask questions anyway. Opposition don't talk on major issue. They think that's going to impact the country. Everybody will keep quiet. That's why you cannot give all the information. But we all know it was a quid pro quo. We know that this is nothing new. It's been happening for the longest, I would say, over the past 30 years. It's been happening. But the question, like I said, it's not about how much you sign in terms of the deal. It's how the money can benefit you. And which kind of risks are you exposing your people to? That's why it comes down to Steve.
Mo, let me just add to that, Steve, before you tell me real quick. The fact of the matter is that you don't even know the capability of these people when it comes to building drug cartel. You don't know their capabilities. Like you said, among the Western Hemisphere, a lot of the people, the non-legal descent are going over there. Their capability of building the network in that place takes them no time. Because why? They know how to put up infrastructure for those kind of things. Because if in a bad economic situation, they will have to make lemonade. That's what they're going to do over there. And you're already fighting that in our country. So it's a scary situation, man.
But Abby, let me just end up, Steve, then you take over. It's almost like you are getting double trouble, right?
Yeah.
In recent time, the importation of illicit drugs for into Liberia, you see it increasing by the numbers. Why you think the U.S. with all the sophistication, with all the security apparatus we have in this country, with all the protection, why would they want to dump the rest of the West criminal in Liberia? So when you hear the American men talking about the Western Hemisphere, you're talking about some of the major drugs cartel. We're talking about Colombia, Venezuela, or we're talking about El Salvador, we're talking about Guatemala, we're talking about the rest of the West. That's why even the U.S. doesn't want to take it. So thinking about bringing the mission that is certain thing of the drugs, then bringing the criminal to help distribute the vision that 2 times the trouble, my brother. But that's why we signed up for you. That's it.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you, Mr. Kanye. Thank you, Mr. Masali. Before I go to Melbourne, to show over to Melbourne, you know, I started off the conversation earlier by reminding us that, you know, Liberians, especially the indigenous, or let me use the word country people, the first problem they face in their life in Liberia were when they brought this free slave to Liberia and they dumped them in Liberia. That's what brought about the whole colonization, the whole independence, and the whole Congo people treating country people led to 1980, the coup, the whole thing. We end up here today. We end up here today. Fast forward, we end up here today. We want to repeat history, where now we are struggling with drugs, we're struggling with crimes, we're struggling with safety, and other things in the country. Here we are, our government that is struggling to even keep up with their own budget is going sneakily behind the Liberian people, signing a deal with the American government to host the worst of the worst. When this government cannot even keep track of people who they have convicted or who they have brought charges against. They don't even know where they are. They put somebody in prison, they say the person out of prison, no strict answer to how the person left, no level of accountability. They can't even keep track of their own citizens. Then think about this. Let me say this to all of us, and we'll be on the record. Let me say this. You know, this is why when I come on the show, sometimes I can say I don't feel sorry for them. And truly speaking, I stand by it. I'm not taking it back. This is time. If you have never, for the future's sake, stood up to this government, this is the time that you need to stand up. This had nothing to do with politics. It got everything to do with the future. Now imagine if you only have 600 of these gangs members, these drug traffickers from the southern atmosphere, where they have these different gangs, these different drug dealers and things. Just 600. I'm saying they plenty. Or let me say 300. And these guys decide to open an operation over there. You think what happened in Sierra Leone, you think it's scary? You think mosquito then were bad? You think they were ruthless when they were cutting people's hands, short sleeve, long sleeve? You think Liberia criminal them bad? Have you seen these guys operate? Have you seen how these guys can roll? Do you know what they have done in America? That they overwhelmed the system here. That some of them, they got to, as we speak today, they got one of the biggest drug dealer in prison here. El Chapo, or whatever his name is. Have you read that guy? Do you know what these guys do? Do you know how they connect? Do you know how much pain and problems they are able to inflict? Do you know what kind of network they can establish in Liberia over there and overthrow any government at any time? And you guys are taking this kind of risk, and you are endangering the future and the lives of people. When we come to say it, people won't get vexed. Nobody have investigated. All of you just talking for right now because you're getting small cut or whatever it is. Nobody thinking about the future, how these things can be mitigated. No, I'll leave it with you.
Oh, Steve, let me add on what you just said. Let me. Oh, Mabel, sorry, you haven't chimed in. Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
Mabel, chime in.
Yeah,
but Mabel, before just a second, 2 seconds. You know, today you got a history of the Trinidadians and other people in our country. They migrated to Liberia almost for there was a safety reason. They went in a place today. Just this guy, what you call Urimaya or something, he went into Liberia. and there's a history in the crucible era somewhere over there. That's how people migrate. And they will be in your economy and they will permanently stay there, because by the time you go look, Liberian girls will start born children for some of those people and they become part of the society. You're going to have to adapt to them and then hold them as such. That's what I wanted to point out. Maybe I'm coming.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mr. Colonel. Let me say thanks to all of you. Actually, I'm just sitting back here enjoying the entire conversation with so many reactions coming from the public out there. But that's very good, Steve. You know, from the beginning, you know, you talk about where are the people, in fact, where our old folks. For me, I'm mostly interested in our elders. I don't know where are they. The lawmakers, I don't know where are they. How can all of these things happening? The first batch that they've been caught up. So for me, I'm just concerned about all these things, politics, and he says, Steve, these are all distractions. So they use the distraction tactics so that the people mind can be on these things, then they start to do their own operations. But again, this is interesting. Let's be frank. I know politics will come, politics will go, but Steve, this conversation is interesting, and I think most of our people, they are not getting to understand what's going on, because some of them feel that we are discussing and some of them, they don't even know how much in the budget or how much there for them or maybe for the government, and how all these things going to run, what's going to happen, where the people will live, and all of these things. That, Steve, we are already spectators in our own country. Like, for example, then you bring in another people who, in a twinkling of an eye, they soon start turning into millionaires around here. And we're going to control them. So that I just want to add up to you guys. I really enjoyed the entire conversation. I don't know whether you guys want us to
the point I wanted to make before we can go, before you came in, you know, we live in the information age. We got so many means of carrying information out there, whether it's the internet, whether it's the news, radio. We are not short of media or outlet these days. Our people just choose to turn a blind eye to things that are important to their own lives. That's just why it is. They could care less. It's a don't care kind of a mentality. You have a national army that is anywhere between 2,000 to 2,005 active personnel. And your government is telling you will bring 1,200 deportees from the west part of the world in terms of drugs. We're already facing the issue of drugs. It's almost half of your military. The second thing, the risk factor. Liberia is now a country that is diverse in terms of, let me just say, or decentralized. Everything is centralized within that Montserrat County. So I can guarantee you 95% of those deportees will be in Montserrat County or Monrovia and its environs. Do you know the risk factor? These are people, the part of the world that they come from. The cartel can attack their own country military. That in some instances, they will seek the U.S. help. We saw it in Colombia with Pablo Escobar. The Colombian government couldn't even match the cartel. The cartel were military that they could take on the military, the national army of a country. And these are places these guys are coming from: Guatemala, Venezuela, Colombia, the west of the West, like I said, in this West Hemisphere. And you are going to accept them in Liberia to the tune of 1,200 over the next 12 months. You do the math, my brother. I'll stop there. I just want to make that point.
And the problem, the criminal rate is coming to increase in this country, because that's what you see today. The criminal rate are in the country. Most of these things started when they started bringing more deportees from America, because those guys, some of them were carrying on armed robbery, those criminal activities. And when you bring them back to Liberia, and you cannot, those that are here, they don't even say have a job, and you bringing these kind of people back, and they were deported for some of those criminal offenses that they carry on in the United States. When they come here, what do you think they are going to do? They start to indoctrinate people. This is how, and bringing those people to Liberia, this is something that we look to see what the House of Representatives, the senators, what they are going to do, because we don't know if this was discussed with them by the government.
So they are all on it. What are you talking about? They are all in on it.
Mr. Masale, quickly, I'm not trying to interrupt. I just want Newborn to keep track of if they're going to the news bulletin, so he can let us know as to how we can proceed, please. Yeah,
yes, there's going to be high increase of criminal rate in the country. That's all I foresee it coming to happen in few months from now, or maybe close to a year. People had to be very careful. People that
Maybe what update from you? Oh,
they are coming to turn to Zogo and gangsters around here with this kind of people being in our society.
Thank you. Melbourne, what say you? What say the update, please?
Yep, I'm still waiting for the news team. I haven't got any update from them, but I think we're supposed to go for the news break at 7 o'clock. That's the protocol from Monday to Friday. So any other team moving forward, I'll let you guys know. But let's continue.
Let's continue. Okay. I'll be out of here in the next 30 minutes. Just so let me give you guys an update.
Yeah. So Melbourne, quickly while we are still on the subject, I know we're going to pivot really quick, but quickly while we are still on this subject, there are other pressing issues in the country in terms of the drug situation, the investigations. I think you guys talk about President George Weah coming to Liberia, and all of that. While we're still on this subject about the deportees or the guys coming to Liberia to quote unquote for asylum, which we know that this is not true. Just to be clear, whatever President Joseph Juma Bwaga wants, the House of Representatives force and the Senate fall in control. Both of them will fall in control. Considering Yombly consider herself as the rescue mother. The last time we checked, the last rescue mother was in Saw Beach. So I wouldn't be surprised that when there's a new government, there's other rescue. You keep record of these things because they're important. This other rescue mother could end up in Saw Beach too, because there are a lot of things going on behind closed doors, and she's aware of it. She knows what's going on. They're all playing, they're playing some kind of little games. Most recently, we saw the port thing where they say, oh, they want to, what they call the port. I see Dylan.
We got breaking news on your port. Your man who runs the port yesterday in Minnesota. Go ahead, Steve. I don't want to. Sorry for the.
No, quick, you're coming. Let me just make it, and then you can come without breaking news really quick. And then also something to also remind us about that we need to also take note on, because like I said, the last rescue mother went to Saw Beach. Right now she's running around in circle. The last rescue mother is running around in circle around herself. She knows what's going on because the government got her in cycles. That's what they're doing. But something else also that's critically important that we need to take serious note of is, why all these distractions are going on, the government is also setting the rules to get new laws now or rules for how much people can register to be able to vote. So if you want to run for representative, this will be the cost. If you want to do this will be the cost, or whatever it is. It's strategic. It is strategic. So if you over there, you Mr. John Blow, or you say Gonganu, and you can't even get cassava, but your people won't vote for you, the fact that you don't have that 3,000 to register means that you're out. You're seeing. It means you're out. So this is strategically done. So in as much that we're playing around, these guys, the United Party, moving the goalposts to position themselves for 2029 and for other elected positions so that they're in charge. Now, mind you, Joseph Bwaga will have the opportunity by 2028 to appoint a lot of associate justices on the Supreme Court bench. From what we are gathering, they are also planning in that direction to put people who are partisan in place so that everything can go towards them, so that if anything, they can do whatever they need to do. So all of these things are under consideration. But Monk, let's hear from you. What is the update from Minnesota with Sekou Dukle?
Oh, I just want we can hire more PR agents to do his PR work, and because more information keeps surfacing concerning this Golden Touch group home. And yesterday, I think it was like 8 o'clock local time at the Minnesota Public Radio and the NPR News, they came up with that the remaining 3 group home, even though most of them been under investigation because he started the business, I think, dating back to 2016, and they have been recording mispayment, fraud, and other things over the past decade. I think from 2022 to 2024, I would say, I think he received somewhere between $4 million, but over the period of a decade, they say almost close to $36 million, because there's a website here they can track government spending according or checkbook where they can track all the state spending, most especially Medicare and Medicaid fundings. And the remaining 3 group homes, they were officially closed yesterday. And now it's not suspension, it's revocation. So it means that it's getting worse, and I know maybe sometimes you will have to come here to face injustice. So I just hope the people back there know exactly what's happening There is nothing about politics because it has a broader implication in the Liberian community as well. The same thing I told people, I said the protest here, it was not about immigration. The federal government is turning the table in Minnesota because the fraud that happened in Minnesota over the past decade, it never happened in no other state of all 50 states in the country. So even some Liberians are getting impacted by this. Sekou Touré is not the only one, but he's one of the major players, and I think his name is in the news now. So it's revocation, and they suspended all payment yesterday because they've been, you know how the system works, Steve. The state read the check and everything, but they suspended payment. The last 3 facilities, they have been officially shut down because one of the biggest crimes, apart from people dying in the process, one of the biggest things was he lied to the state licensing board that he runs the day-to-day operation of this group home, which is a lie. Because you cannot run the halfway across the world. So, like, I don't know how you're going to get out of this stuff because it keeps getting worse with more information. Now you know, almost like how investigation works here. You hold the rope, hold the bush. Now they're checking everything. Complaints from family, how the maltreatment, people that were ex-sex offenders, like the allegations against this guy, man, it's more than even WikiLeaks. The dumb is too much. And the latest that came out yesterday, I think Costa alone cannot get the job done. He need like maybe 15 or Costa to bother the water in Liberia. Yeah, it gets too
much. Gentlemen, hold on. Mr. Connor, I beg you, hold on 1 second. Yeah, Melbourne is gone
for the news, right?
News. So I will hold us there. Let's talk about something social while we wait for Melbourne quickly, because these are important
facts. Will be on the air, right.
Yes. So something else that caught my attention. I think from a social standpoint that we spoke about, when Melbourne comes on, then we can go back straight to the conversation. Mark can provide our update, and then Mr. Connor, you will respond. And Ali will make his pitch on it as well while we're talking about that. So, but something socially that I wanted to say, some things when we say on the show, yeah, people can get vexed. But let me caution all of our men, the one in Liberia, the one in here, because I've seen that this brown tap thing seems to be spraying among the Liberian socially from a global standpoint. Let me say this to you. Look.
See, my hair hacking me, man. Thank you.
I
think my hair hacking me.
No. Let me say this.
I hope you and Melbourne come back. So go ahead with your brown tap.
Let me say this from a social standpoint. If you are a man and a woman start to encourage you to get brown tap, it's a disrespect and a disgrace to you as a man. It's a think about it first of all. If you got to take brown tap to function as a man, you already got a problem. Let me say it again. That has nothing to do with a woman. It has more to do with you. If you need to take brown tap, I will say it again for you to think about it. Maybe you guys can react. If you as a man got to take brown tap for you to be effective or for you to operate, you have a bigger problem. So all of my brethren who taking brown tap,
I think an energy drink, man. I beg you. They posted an energy drink.
So that means you man you lack energy. I'll be honest. The problem is not brown tap. But even worse than that, I was listening to one guy who did a research on this whole brown tap thing. I will listen to the guy who did a research. You see, it's good to be informed before you get into things. This thing, I listened to Dr. Nya as well. This brown tap thing is a serious health problem and threat because many of the ingredients in that thing have not been tested and proven. They have not even been cleared by places that this thing come from, by the local drug administration over there. So we got to start thinking about it in this context. That not only that it speaks to yourself as a man, but from a bigger picture, it could have a serious long-term health implication for you as a man. So while you are over there taking brown tap every day or every other day, you don't know how much danger or risk you are putting your life, your heart, and other organs in your body at. So it is important for you to think twice. Don't go with the whole flavor. Oh, you got to take brown tap. You got to take brown tap. My brother, if you die because of brown tap, I'm not going to your funeral. You're a fool, so I will not be part of it. But anyway, let me turn it over to you guys. What do you guys think? Because this is. I see. Let me go to Mr. Masari because he's laughing. Mr. Masari, why are you talking? Why you support the brown tap? I look at you.
No, Chairman. Like you said, this thing has side effect. I can understand, my brother. For example, God gave women hair. They will cut their hair and they put weave cap. God gave them nails. They will take out their nails. They put false nails. God gave them lashes. They will cut their lashes. They put another one. God gave them breasts. They will enlarge it. God gave them butt. They will enlarge. If God cannot satisfy women, what can you do as a man to satisfy them? Going to be taking brand tap. You know the side effect tomorrow. Sometimes you even have intimacy with somebody, and those people will be walking normally. You will be leaping on your legs. Then you're going to be taking brand tap until you're around here. You're destroying yourself. Where you're supposed to be enjoying yourself in the 60, you're not even saying 60, you start walking around with walker or around here with crutches. So those guys that are into that brand tap thing, I feel for them. If you feel because you gave you somebody $20 and you had to take brand tap to take $50 as profit, you feel you enjoying yourself, but you're damaging your future. Tomorrow you will start using poultry bag passing all around here and you become useless. So for me, I don't support that. And most of the time we see this other person, or like one of their representatives here was saying, oh yes, when any people or whatsoever come to him to ban brand tab, he's going to support it and what have you, and they are making fun with it. But this is something that is going to damage those people who are taking it. If you think you are doing it because women can say, oh, that 1 million men, this men are chicken. If you want to show that you 1 million men, you're not chicken, use your physical strength. You don't have to take something to support you. You see, so like you said, chairman, you just undermining yourself as a man that you cannot perform, because by taking brand tag, that undermine your credibility as a man. So for me, it makes no sense, and they had to stop it, because tomorrow they will be the one to be passing around with poultry bear hanging on them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Monk, any contribution for what Mr. Kane on the brand tap thing, because he was close up on it. It looked like he understand brand tap to a different level. Monk ran away from brand tap conversation.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
No, you can't do that. I trust you. You are what? I trust you. You're expert in the area where I cheat.
More than that, right?
I've been hearing about the whole thing about the brand tap stuff. It's like the boss. You know, we live in a trending generation, and so people don't investigate things; they just go with the flow. The thing I don't understand about the brand tap, is it there to solve erectile dysfunction issue, or it is a performance enhancement kind of? I don't know whether it's an herbal tonic or why it's made up. Like you said, it cannot be tested, because I know when it comes to things like ED. It's not only about your penis. And most folks don't understand. In America, I would say between 40 to 50% of men above the age of 40 got some ED problem, and up to 70% for men 60 and above. So it's a normal thing. It's an aging thing. Matter of fact, when it comes to stress, other pre-existing conditions, diabetes, blood pressure, they can all impact your performances. So the thing is there an ED thing, or is there a performance enhancement? And if it is a performance enhancement, what is enhancing this particular performance in terms of the origin of this natural herb or whatsoever they are using? And if they cannot be verified, then you put yourself at risk. You know, Steve, let me tell you something. It's almost like a Viagra. I'm hearing myself like
somebody go ahead.
Hello? It's almost like Viagra. You could take Viagra and work for you. But Viagra could be a killer to someone. More men die just from using Viagra. Because the thing with Viagra, what it does is it forces blood to your penis. But then blood first got to pump from the heart before you go to the penis, right? Exactly. If you get a weaker heart, what happens? I mean, you tell your heart to work 3-4 times harder than it normally works, so they die from heart attack. And most people don't understand ED problem is also a symptom of early sign of a heart problem.
Yep.
Because blood comes from to your heart before it runs to the penis. So if you are not getting stronger erection, then it's not only the erection issue, it's also a symptom of an underlying heart condition. So you can take your brand tap all you want, just know the condition of your heart. If you think you are fit, you got stronger heart muscle, I would say go ahead, enjoy it. But if you got any pre-existing condition, or if you are older, or someone that does not exercise regularly, you don't have that fitness, my brother, you are one step closer to death. But anyway, that what life is all about. We make choices, so you live with the consequence of a decision. So you can enjoy a brand tap. If you think it's okay for you, just know that there is another side to the brand tap, and if you maybe you might end up being a victim in the long run. So that's all I can say for brand tap. I don't know it. I don't want to use it. I have no interest in it, and I don't think I will ever use it. So that's it.
Thank you very much. See, that's the reason why you are assistant chairman for social affairs. Mr. Conan. Mr. Conan, what say you? Because I heard you giggling in the back there as though, you know, that's your experience and knowledge to the whole brand tap thing. The funny thing in the beginning running around with. What's going on?
Yeah, you know, look, Steve, man, you're full of something. But listen, sometimes I can try to avoid the German class, but still he can want to drag me in the class. But you know, Monk, you stated it rightly. On a serious note, this is a situation that, from all indications, I've never seen it before. I don't know. I have not been tested or scientifically tested for me to know of it or read of it anywhere. But whatever is it that will enhance the system, not medically advised or scientifically proven, is dangerous to the well-being. Because first and foremost, if it is something that becomes illicit, it becomes a kind of not sanctioned by the health department of the republic, I think it should be questioned, and of course some measures should be put in place, because if it's going to take a toll on the citizen portion of the citizenry, it should be a concern to the republic and of course the health department. Because like you stated, I don't know whether it's an enhanced for enhancement or
for ED correction,
ED or what, you don't know. Now, the problem with ED is strictly medical. Many a time you attribute it to, like you talk about aging, you talk about some underlying medical factors. Now, it's like you're trying to put yourself in overdrive, despite the fact you got all of the underlying factors. I think it's a problem because, take for instance, you don't know the dosage of that thing. It's not measured on it.
Yeah,
that's why you see, even though traditional herbs sometimes, like you will not understand until maybe you travel in the Western world and your medical doctor will tell you, yeah, for instance, maybe you're taking kojolobo, or maybe you're taking some kind of herb. Yes, those herb works, but the doses that you're supposed to take, either you are overtaking, you're taking it over, that will affect your liver, because those bitter things, sometimes it goes directly to the liver. That's why you see even antibiotics, sometimes they will tell you, if the doctor prescribes for 5 days, they will tell you 5 days, nothing more, nothing less, until you go back and then they make another determination. So for me, I think there should be, if the way it's sounding alarming, I think there should be some measure taken in place. They should make some inquiry on it. And if it becomes a prescription for some people, that so be it. Let it be prescribed by a medical doctor. But just to be in the street and anything, and for instance, you're looking at a 17-year-old man or 20-year-old or 25-year-old man talking about taking brand tap. Oh man,
yeah.
How you taking brand tap in your 20s and 30s?
I know.
Here's the truth about it, though. Here's the truth about it. It's the way we can say in America, it's so over the counter. Right. Over there on banjo, a waste. Remember what is the price now? Because you know what is the price? Because you don't want, what is the price right now?
But why you asking me about the price?
Okay, sorry, Keith. I think it back.
Yeah, don't bring problem, brother. I'm married man again.
So that I can rest my signal off.
Maybe you say boss on discount, right?
Yeah, what is the price? That's why I'm gonna ask you.
No. Ask me for the price in the market, because sometimes I said I can be passing along the market side. So I've been experiencing.
No. Okay, so what the price in the market and what the price in the community? I know they got different prices.
Good. So I think the least is 150. That's what I know of.
Wait now, no, the least where you find out?
I'm looking for them man. Give me price breakdown. They got full of
Oh my God!
Nobody's here. Maybe that open groom. Look at that story. Gentlemen, quickly, let Monk, we're off the radio. Going back to the conversation about the update. Can you please give that update really quick as to where we are
so
now?
Let's go up in a little bit, yes.
Oh yeah, maybe I was going. I think I'm gonna say I got 10 more minutes to be here. Like I said yesterday, there were a lot of updates from the Minnesota Public Radio in our Star Tribune with respect to this, how they call it, they call it the Golden Touch healthcare facility. The last 3 that were operational or that were functioning were shut down, and they are coming from suspension to revocation because they did a lot of stuff and a lot of information been popping up. The investigation keeps getting deep. That's why I say you don't need one Henry Costa, maybe you need 19 of Henry Costa to do the PR work, because at this stage, like the evidences and the allegation, they are too overwhelming for you to have a PR team with one guy doing the dirty work for you. It's not going to work. And when you look at the financial impropriety, they said 36 million over the past 10 years. Because it was 24 group homes officially, but now the last 3 that were operational, they've been shut down and the license revoked. And they're talking about for the past 2 years, according to the government tracking website in Minnesota, when it comes to public spending, they say he received anywhere between $3.5 to $4 million in payment. But yesterday, all the payment were also suspended. So it means he won't be receiving any check from the state for the services that those group homes will be rendering. And now they are coming from suspension to revocation. So I don't know for some reason how our country keep attracting known criminals. It almost like in like, bro, when you are a big time criminal, I don't know where you can be in public space or public office, because I don't know how you got a job. Looking at the record here, and people die in the process for mistreatment, and the families are talking about families and their relatives and people making report about the maltreatment and the neglect. So I don't know, like I said, from a legal standpoint, it's going to be a tough hill for him to climb, because you cannot have those. Steve, whether you like it or not, we can say America is a melting pot. We're from different part of the world. We came here, we were given opportunity, we got papers here to work and do other things. But you know how the system is. A black man, you run group home, people die in the process, people, family. You know those families will be filing lawsuit against the state, and the state won't give them the benefit of the doubt. They got to give them all reasonable doubt that they were there. But how can you make the case when people die in the process and then there was a fraud? And this man told you, like I said, he lied to the state licensing board that he runs the day-to-day operation of the organization, right? Knowing fully well he was nowhere near any of those operations, halfway across the world in Liberia doing a full-time job. The director of the National Port Authority is now a part-time job. That's a full-time job. So like I said, I just hope he can lawyer up. I don't know whether he will come back to this country, or when he's coming back, he got to really team up when it comes to lawyer. And like I said, the allegation now, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but from the information that came out yesterday, I don't know how he's going to survive it. He can get your own car and start looking ahead. And I don't know what the government is saying about this, because he's a public official. You know, when these things happen, that's how the Somali community is implicated in Minnesota. They're not the only criminals in Minnesota. But like I said, of the 102 that have been indicted, put in jail, more than 96 of them happen to be Somalians. So I think they're going to look at the community. They're going to brand and stereotype the community. So when these things happen, it's not only impacting them individually, but the community in general. And we're talking about millions of dollars. So you know, we are not different from the Somali community, except that they got more people that were engaged into fraud as compared to us. And Sekou Duklin, I think he the world best for the fraudster when it comes to Medicaid fraud. So he will put on the map too. Yeah, we on the map already in Minnesota.
Quickly, and then we'll come to Mr. Connor, and then Mr. Connor, and then we'll go to Masali. Quickly, let me say something. Monk, you made a point about being the world best or whatever it is. This seems to be now a pattern. Stanton Waterspoon is known for that. He defrauded at different levels. There seems to be a pattern. Whether you want to talk this and I'm speaking the context here of us who are in the diaspora. You don't want our community to be looked at as a certain group of people like the Somalians are today. As part of that thing for the Somalians, there was this younger Somalian guy who should have refed the FIFA World Cup in the United States. He was denied. So I'm saying to say there are bigger implications beyond some of these things, and we as Liberians in the diaspora I'm not saying necessarily those back home. We need to start calling this thing out, shaming these people, as opposed to getting Costa and other people that coming to defend this thing. This thing is problematic. It is a problem. And if, let me say this. Let me be on the record for this. If Costa continues to defend this, then we who in the diaspora, we have to ask the government to look into him as well.
Oh yeah, more than likely he will be part of it.
We're not going to sit around and allow Costa and other foolish people because they want to gather money from corrupt people to be playing games. But go ahead, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, Steve, thank you, man. Monk, thanks for that update. You know, let me just lay the premise here, because for me, my area of work, okay, I audit insurance premiums and other things sometimes, just for full disclosure on certain things. Now, if the government, I don't know about Minnesota, of the state I work in, if the government or the state allows certain things to function and all the necessary insurance that I pay, like for instance, liability insurance, life insurance, health insurance, is on the state. That's their they will bear that burden. And I vividly recall, I think just when this thing started, that indeed I think the government have expended a lot of money, or the state have expended a lot of money through this Medicare thing, because if death occurs, that means the liability on the responsibility for that thing is not going to Seko's pocket. The insurance that covers that are functioning for him bear that responsibilities. So predicated on that, I think the city has spent a lot of money because there are a series of deaths that have occurred over there. That's one. Two, you know, prior to this rescue government coming to power, the desperation for money, a lot of those shady characters, so to speak. I'm sorry, I'm not here. I don't know, so I'm not being indicted for anything. But people spend money to buy their way to what they got today, because they had to support a kind of financially incapacitated campaign and, of course, tender bearer at the time. Just imagine if somebody was in Liberia and they're telling you, or the ego have lended and so forth. They were financially strapped. So anywhere money was emanating from, they were going to take it regardless. And that's how a lot of those shady characters came around, buying their way through, and they managed to get some of these positions. But again, the burden rests on a nation, because why? It became a character assassination, and of course, literally incriminating almost every Liberian that tried to get. Then you ship the light on the citizens, regardless whether they committed crime or not. It's a problem. So I just wanted to point those things out. And then you got, because, for instance, the Costa you're talking about today, the very Costa came and told you, oh, there were business partners in one of these kind of Ghana or somewhere waiting. By the time you sign onto this thing, everything will go through. Did he investigate or even know who were the business partners? Now we're getting to know a lot of the people who are drug traffickers trying to buy literally the country or the leadership that were going to ascend. All right. So those are the kind of things that happen, and people got rewarded for whatever money they spend during the course of the election. And that's the problem we got here today. Now, today is a known fact. Guys, I don't know about all the other charges that will come on, but tax evasion here is a federal crime. It's not only going to be narrowed to a state, and if it is established that our business, we're not paying taxes, because I think that one of the things they have stated categorically, that the business are not paying taxes. Tax evasion is a crime here. And the brother at a business, I don't know whether it's incorporated, that business is going to be the mind you, the entity will be held liable if it is incorporated. But if it is a sole proprietorship, then of course the individual are going to grab it. You understand? So those are the kind of things that happen. I don't know about Minnesota, but federally, tax evasion is a federal crime. It's a federal, and it has to be addressed through the federal laws. That's what I just wanted to point out.
And let me add up. You know, thanks for the update. I mean, Abraham. I mean, as your line of work, you know exactly what's going on. The reason why I know there's going to be it's going to get worse. The kind of agency that are being attached to the case now. Now the police is only because they're looking at 911 record, people that were abandoned in the middle of the shift at night, some of the residents that needed 24-hour care services, but people abandoned them, leading to death. Now you get a maltreatment investigation in Minnesota, also part of this. Now you get tax issue coming. Yep. Because he withheld upward of 15,000 from employees' paycheck without even making the correction with the state, because you cannot be taxing people.
Yep, because those monies need to be paid. They need to be paid in the insurance benefit of those
insurance
employees.
benefit, yeah. And then you got a lien on property. So at the end of the day, it's not going to go on well. If I were the president at this stage, I would start looking beyond Sekou Dougle and let him come face a legal implication, because you don't want to be in line with this guy. We are talking about the National Port Authority. That's the gateway to the Liberian economy right there. You are talking about this man with all this investigation. And like I said, it's almost like an avalanche. Like these allegations just keep coming. And the most state agencies that get involved, and you know how deep the rabbit hole is. So if I Joseph Boaga, you want to be the adult in the room, you better start looking beyond Sekou Dougle, because at this stage, even in your Gabriel and your Margot, them will not be able to save him at this stage. So you better part ways with him. Yep.
Well, quickly, Monk, before we turn it over to Milborn, I've been listening in the back. End. I know we haven't had a chance to touch on the Gregory Coleman situation.
I'll catch you guys hopefully next week. I'm making a quick run here.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Take care, man.
I'm still about to make a quick move, but I wanted to say something about what Monk just said. First of all, let's be clear about something. Joseph Boakai does not have what it takes. Doesn't like to. He will not fire Sekou Dougle or let him go. If he does that, then he will be surprising or shocking me. Joseph Boakai have always accommodated criminals and rogues and benefited from them. The track record are very clear, and there's a historical facts with that. It's also reported that Amara Kone is asking Daniel Sano to retract his statement in 48 hours. If not, there will be a lawsuit. I like that strategy better. I think it's very strategic. I think it puts the government on notice. But not only that, here is something that's very important. All this time, we never saw Joseph Boakai visiting Daniel Sano. Soon, Daniel Sano insulted Amara Kone or went after Amara Kone. Joseph Boakai went to visit him. But that's not strange, because some of us have studied Joseph Boakai behavior and the rest of the politicians in Liberia. You remember when Costa, while they were in the CPP, Costa were insulting a lion, Alexander Cummings? And Joseph Boakai was following behind in Philadelphia, here in Philadelphia, with black plastic bag behind him, walking in what they call store. They got a store here. He was walking behind him. But not only that, Joseph Boakai went with Costa. With Joseph Boakai don't have hair on his head.
Went to the barber shop, sat on there
to wait for hair. Like, so, you know, when we say these things, people get mad. But these are all track records. These are all records of Joseph Boakai's behavior, that he thinks he's too smart. He sat behind there and acquiesce or agree with people misbehaving, doing it wrong, and he know anything about it, but he knows everything. Joseph Boakai knows about it. He's aware. So Joseph Boakai not going to let Sekou Dougle go. The same way how when he was running for the presidency, he was on Spoon Talk, knowing that Stanton was a convicted criminal. They were collecting money for him there. He and all of his supporters went there. When we said this was bad, this did not look good. Oh, they cost us. Today now, they say Stanton I hear them saying Stanton are rogue, Stanton are criminal. I don't understand which one is which. When it benefit them, then it's good. When they're scrutinized or held accountable, then that person not good. They see where they were pressing Daniel Sano. They seen Daniel Sano.
That's the entitlement mentality that people got.
They seen Daniel Sano cost Joseph Boakai during the election. Back cost Daniel Sano. He last said, and I Facebook that sedition doing it. No, that's true. There's recording of him doing that. These things are true. These things are facts. But because the Daniel Sano man is a coward, he can't stand up to what he said, and all of them got to kiss up to Joseph Boakai and Unity Party or whatever at this point and sell their birthrights. So you're not able to own up to say these are the things that I said that time. And it's okay for you to say that according to them politics. In politics, they can lie at 1 minute, tomorrow they kind of change their tune. They call themselves smart for the politics. And this is not being smart. This is just you making a fool of yourself. Like this other soulless clown Costa passing around. I don't know how do you say, how can people say your mom and your pa born you carrying your pa name and you passing around defending your friend, man? I don't understand. Just sometimes I think about it. I'm trying to understand this thing. How can your mom and your pa who born you defend their name? Your friend, man, some of them you're the same age group or they're older than you 1 year or you older than them. You passing around making excuses and defending them. the incident with Gregory Cuomo. Why are you defending Gregory Cuomo? Your last name is not Cuomo. Why are you defending Sekou Ducle? Your last name is not Ducle. What is the issue? What is your own? What's your issue? So all of these things, when you put it together, these are people who will come later on and say, this is the right person to vote for from Liberia. And you got a bunch of clowns that will believe them too, because some of these clowns that believe these people, some of these people that believe these people, they're in a clown show. It's never ending. So, maybe I want to turn it over to you, but these are the things we're faced with. I will be making a run here for it, but I'll be following in the back. I'll be following from the back end.
Wonderful, thank you, Steve. Yeah, go ahead, Brother Ali. Go ahead from you. Then I just conclude and go straight to the line. But go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Corner. Like you were talking about the Sekou Ducle issue, that's a federal crime. And when we talk about federal crime, this is something that happened in the entire U.S. Federal crime is everywhere, like that or evasion, that tax evasion. There's a Nigerian guy that was doing a similar thing in Maryland there. And today he's been held by like for 30 years because of that. You see, those people, you have to be very careful. When you say you have a group home, you have to monitor the day-to-day activities of your group home, how those people are taken care of, because people work all their years, all their life, and today their children, America is not Liberia. You have to sit down and take care of your grandma, your mom, your pa. No, you entrust these people and hand your family over to them. So if you will be the owner of a group home, you will abandon those people. You come and sit here in Liberia. That's a neglect. You are abandoning those people. That alone, that's another charges and crime by itself. Neglect. You don't do that. And there are a lot of stories coming on Sekou, but again, there is nothing Bwaka is going to do to Sekou. He's going to keep him over there till after he says here, or maybe if American government call on him and say, oh yeah, we need that man, maybe. But with all those stories coming up, if you will say, oh yeah, Bwaka is not going to do anything to Sekou. You see, people always refer to Bwaka as a man of integrity. And this is the question I always ask. Do you refer to Bwaka as man of integrity? If Stanton Witherspoon, a convicted criminal in America, he was supporting the Unity Party, their campaign, and Bwaka sat on that platform for them to raise money. You say this old man is a man of integrity, he's a man of wisdom, he's a man of knowledge, credibility. No, you can't do that. But it's like Bwaka was living in the water, so even when you gave him rope, he will hold on to it to come on show. And today, when John Molu said that people coming back to this country to serve the country is not a bad thing, but we need a term of reference, the kind of work they are doing, what they are going to bring back to the country, what can they contribute to transform this country and the lives of the people. And because of that, they're kicking out today. This is how you will get people in the country working in the government with all those shady characters and things. Before this country can be transformed, we need people who can be able to speak out to the government. And those people from America or the diaspora that come back to this country, they are the best people to help transform this country. But these are a bunch of criminals that leave from America, the other parts of the world, they come here. Nothing they are changing. Since I came to this country, nothing have changed. Things are there getting worse on a daily basis. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe you're about to go to the line, right?
Yes, but go ahead. Anything you want to
yeah, just a minute. Real quick. Again, like I stated, I don't know of all of the issues that have unfolded over there. I have not comprehensively read everything in terms of report and other things. But one thing I know, like I stated, when it comes to the tax evasion, because I've been made emphatically to understand that taxes were not paid, that is not only a state offense, it's a capital offense that is going to be investigated under federal laws. That is a given. We can't come in and sugarcoat in any shape or form. Now, if we go into it and find out that he paid it, okay, and so be it. But under any circumstances, ordinarily, Mayborn, like you working here at Mayborn Cooler, and then you're supposed to file your taxes. Maybe this year you didn't file it. At least they'll give you extension. But after some time, they will still come after you for not filing your taxes. And you pay penalties and all the kind of thing. How much more for a business situation? So those things I just wanted to point that out, you know. Yeah, but you can get to the lines and then let's take it from there.
Thank you. So like Ali just stated, Ali, my brother, that's a country, or in fact that Liberia for us, Liberians, or in fact the characters for us, yeah, we don't care about integrity. I think that's one of the problems that we face with, because even with all of the situations surrounding the police, RG, still the men still working, going to work back to back with everything. So it just tells you that, my brother, we don't care about integrity. And sometimes I feel sorry for the voters. But again, that's life. So let's go to the line of
one second. Let's talk about the police IG, like locally whole cooking case. If this was in America, all those people connected to the IG, they have been linked to this. As a responsible government, the police IG will step aside.
Exactly.
That's what people do. But today, what is happening? He get his shoulder open or passing around here. Why can't you have time?
Well, that's it. So
I'll speak to that situation when we leave the line.
Yeah.
Thanks for the show. Anyway, I'm Abby Johnson calling from Tubu, the show number 4, National Chairman of the Concerned Librarian for Justice. You see, the government, they are not serious people, because this president there for everything. So today you will not be able to hold people accountable for things that is done or things that is doing in his country. Because you were living with them, you were practically living with those guys. The table too clean. Nobody heard about him. But right after the election, the man was awarded the food managing director job. Because while he was feeding Bwaka was begging for money, or acting that he's sleeping. So the old man is a wicked old man. So the former president issue, the old man, the people then, they just start to drag the woman down with them for no reason. Because nobody, that woman was somebody that can be part of, and they're gonna share the thing in the country.
You never tell, you never know. So until.
So the president will be brought down along with people. You will not drag people.
All right, thank you. Quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Actually, I don't have tendency to contribute to the people generally quality issue. Just literally get on it. Wow, by on your line, asking me like many people. It should not be taking down for me to lose my life or sitting with $100 business. My room is leaking and I still fixing the process. The boss after the secretary right before my boss did boss. And the mail was not instant look at it. I'm asking the librarian to contribute to this issue. Either I'm deeply or I give the money to the mayor so that he can place the room. I'm suffering I said to the one in the situation. I'm only asking when we are going to bring it in the process.
All right, thank you. David Kim, my brother, good evening. Yeah, man.
I listened to that talking about the Baga firing. The Baga is a hidden criminal, and he himself will always do things to hire a police. Montreal, you have the Baga on set of what a full show 2023, but still already been going about a federal court for criminal activities and it's out in America there. So for him to have another career for working in his government who have carried on another criminality, you don't think that you're not bothered with shoot this guy and don't do anything. That's the nature of the Baga. But I don't care what it is. If Baga wants something to be involved with drugs, he's not calling him in. When he's going after his immediate part and he just is a serious lady. He's not serious. He can't also care. That's what you want for.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening to the family in the US there. For justice. Thank you very much. So, I want to ask you that yesterday, when you were on the street yesterday, saying all kinds of things in your process, that we have a fire coming to us. corrupt. They say, well, yesterday, what to do? Police are just saying that we cooking down. We are elaborating the same thing. Police are going to say, in the confronted, police are going to start all the investigation. What to do? Joseph Waka, what happened 2 years ago? Police are done. What did the was saying? Educated woman. What was speaking yesterday? We could hear a renowned woman. We will do a record today. Wow, everybody says, we're going to go more. It's there in the cooking down. See, the lot of criminal and not people. To play in Nicaragua, America. Why they was saying now you never see your death after 2 years? So your food is at rest. Go thank God that before they are senior for that. Every rotten that you create, the clean that was passed yesterday, they donate. That was in the country yet. On the wicked one at the end of the worker, what to have a point there, the girl took a care of dollar, they bring a woman back in the government. You see, I'm a brother, educate, you are credit and the second, you are doing the way, they never need a teacher of the country or say all kinds of things. What father the wicked men are bringing power to the bad will body power. Tell people so much.
Thank you. Liberians, oh. Today's caller, good evening. Yes, Mantia, good evening.
Yeah, thank you for the show. We Liberians, we have problem. All we're talking about, I'm Joe calling from Division 15 Firestone.
Okay.
We have problem for ourselves. To all to get name concern Liberians for justice. Not even when we can the justice talking about. Instead of saying concern Liberians for constitution for justice. If you concern Liberians for justice. What we are saying, we are saying what is justice. We are talking about drug business. This is not for CDC, not for whatever thing. Who's all that involved? If you want to look at the avoiding drugs, who the people that can sell drugs can be ugly? They are the best people that can sell drugs. People that money people. If we be anybody there, we won't go and sell it ourselves. Nobody treated us one back. So they don't have to pay it. If somebody says, if all people are calling to Joe, we are down Joe, we are never. Anyway, they never suspended one person in the government before they started doing it.
Hello? All right.
Yeah,
all right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, well, today para Friday, you go out. Ya está mío.
But the issue of curriculum, if they were in a country like America, then curriculum would have stepped down. You know, we all wanted to step down, but I don't think if they were in America, that would happen. I said that because who is the president of America, Donald Trump, wasn't convicted on 32 criminal charges. Did they still not elect him? They elected him. But sometimes people don't want to think all about America is good, and it's not so.
Maybe please let me stay on the line. Let me just correct you real quick. All right? Let me stay on the line, please.
No, just wait when I finish myself. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but I want him to be listening as well.
All right. Oh, still on the line to this caller. Quickly, good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Let me say hi to our brother Linson. This is Edmoka. I'm a prime member concerned that run for justice. And you see what God can do? That video that Steve gave you to play. When I came across it today, I said, oh, so this government in power was lying to us. That the foreign minister effort had visa extension. That was the Odessa all 1 year away. Oh, the foreign minister want to put Liberia on the map, 3-year visa extension. How many who are in this country that got opportunity to get a visa to go? As in the visa that's only that you can walk in the store, you buy it, you carry it to your home. Today we are getting to know that the visa that they gave them, the 3 year, it will be cause for criminals to come into our country. Now look at the money that they gave. You check out, you tell the Liberian people say, transfer or deported from America to Liberia. Where are the benefits? Where are we supposed to benefit from it as a citizen? You fail to tell us. You got all African countries laughing how you say, oh, is it because of good English? Is it because of that? Look, it is clear. Regular program is conflicted. We have said it down with all number, and as long as the debate that is going on the social media, regular program will be pressure. They need to set aside and get change to the investigation so they can be able to come at the logical conclusion of the whole cooking case. He cannot be going after, according to him, those that smell the goat and those that kill the goat, they are still alive. Thank you.
I like that. Those that kill the goat, you can't find them. But those that smelling the goat or that smell the goat, yeah, go evening, sorry, my brother. Interesting.
Yes. This is what they saw on justice.
All right, Willie, go ahead.
Yes, I want to tell you thank you so much in this video. You see the point that if you look at Gregory in our whole video for the former vice president, you see who would be using somebody to force their blood, it shows that there was complete conspiracy against that lady. I saw in your video, yeah, forcing people because the interview people are with him. It means that they lie, they put, I think you can say that thing once. One school, he said, if you want to be opposition, be opposition. Don't accept job from the Praga government. I think you can show sponsor one time. These are some of the things. So I thank you so much. Let people watch and see. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's say my water quicker, then we'll cross over to our team so that we can give a little time. My water, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, bro. I want to say good evening to my family. And I want to say God thank you at home. My son Mark and Steve. I want Steve and Mark. And I want to say good evening to my son Matale. My son Nathan. I want to tell Steve thank you for playing that game. Because all the year that we are taking power. We are not putting that block on the back. Or just a back account if we put that block on the back. So you're not going to play that face to play. We're not coming to do that because of the people when they bring in the country, the one American government was able to pay, they are 3 years visa free. I want to tell you thank you very much. So we're just dedicated with that period. And I pray that God will help to where I was taken off. God will heal up, God will straighten up. That she will cut to herself to be well. So go to the court and let the Liberian people to vote her. She's not that kind of person. And as soon as she did it, God will be her judge. No, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man. Watch it.
I want to tell Mr. Kenneth to please talk to a friend. My phone stay in poor and breaking. I can't call him Mr. Sibo. Now say to him my phone, so I asked Mr. Kenneth to please talk to Mr. Sibo for to free my phone.
All right. All right, he will talk to. So that's it. We got to go. The people that kill the goat, I think I'm hearing that. In fact, they are the one who come and be, I don't know, stay wasted, what kind of thing. Then the people who smell the goat. Oh, this control, that's very interesting, though. Some of these kind of come on, who say yes. So I hope that I don't understand these things. The people who kill the goat, that they kind of information, unconfirmed news, on hearing. They're the one that will be testifying against the people who smell the goat. Eh? How are you getting this thing? By the way, Mr. Connor, we gotta go, man.
That's the irony about the whole thing. The doer of the act will be state witness against the people that were just listening or that were just observing. So you see the irony. But again, let me say thanks to the callers and the followers. Firstly, maybe before I go on, the caller that called in and talk about, the things that can happen in America, they happen in Liberia. Honor President Trump, his Attorney General, recused himself. Jeff Sessions, please let me go make such on it. Jeff Sessions, a former senator from Alabama, was the Attorney General under Trump's first term. He recused himself from a case that he felt that he was conflicted. That when he was senator, he was part of an involved, so he could not investigate such a case. And the Attorney General in the United States there, we ain't got ministers there. When they say Attorney General, they generally a Justice Minister in Liberia. So that happened under Mr. Trump here. Okay? Mr. Trump got convicted under the state of New York. Okay? So that did not put him in a situation that he could not be eligible to contest. Yesterday he contested and he's president today. I just wanted to set that record straight. Now to another caller that stated that, during the Georgia time they were not firing people. The very director where you got at the LBS today, what happened to him? He got suspended for disrespecting lawmakers. Subsequently, he got removed as minister for disorderly conduct, so to speak. Because why? he was not speaking authoritatively as his position dictated. That happened at the Commerce Ministry. The Commerce Ministry got Mr. Tapper was over there, got removed, and then his deputy, who happened to be Jemima Wolokoli that support you today, she got removed too for some kind of financial whatever issue happened over there. So to come here and mislead the people continually that this didn't happen, that didn't happen, and so on and so forth. The question bears here is that Mr. Bwaga is releasing all of the people, relieving them of their posts for crimes that they say they committed. Have they been arraigned in court? Those very people that some of the people that he said he suspended for gross financial misappropriation, he brought them back in government. So to come here and be giving people misleading information, we got to erect some of these checkpoints and educate the minds of the people that those things happened before. Those are not precedent things for this government. And last, Maybon, you talk about the police IG. I think the prudent thing any decent person would do is to recuse. They ain't saying that you should be dismissed, but recuse yourself from the supervision of this particular investigation. But no, the brother would not do it. Now, they're talking about the former vice president of the Republic. You had the likes of Brian McGill, the Paul King, and all of the people that are associated with the drug situation and the rape charge and everything. They were given the opportunity to invite them to police station to investigate them. They didn't go about randomly arresting them. Do you know how many times Paul King went to the police station for investigation before subsequently they said they arrested him? This woman who happened to be the former governor of the National Bank, former first lady, former two-time senator, former vice president of the Republic that have lived in Liberia for over 30 years pretty consistently. You tell me that the police could not even extend an invitation. Madam Vice President, can you avail yourself? We want to inquire from you XYZ. By the way, to talk about the law taking its course, the law taking its course, your president, his son, he admitted that he spoke to drug cartel, Maybon. Today, up to today's day, he had not even been invited for inquiry to get circumstances what led to him speaking to drug cartels. He had not been over. You understand? But you demean, subordinate the people of Bong County and their precious daughter, and you expect that people will sit here and they say, "Oh, the man is working." It's a farce, Maybon. So those things need to be spoken about, and definitely will not allow people to come in and mislead the electors. But again, I know time if I spend. Thanks for the time, man, and thanks to all of the callers. We will continue to be here to help with the process.
Exactly, and like you said, Brother AB, quickly before Brother Ali come on Monday, we'll be asking the people maybe for their view as to how they see the entire drugs situation, the issue of arrest, the issue of the way the entire thing look like to our people, because they are the jurors. Now and then you see how the whole court system works. Every little thing that they go call jurors. Every little thing that they go look for jurors. And so that means some of you are also calling here and there. That's why when I see people insulting other people because of their view, I can be like, no, it's wrong. Let that person exercise their view or their right. It is their right. Don't insult them, because it's possible that that person's view may become the view of everyone just because maybe what they say or what they do there, or maybe their input makes sense. So, yeah, but Ali, I don't know, like there. Okay, yeah, good. So,
Maybon, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Hello.
We're getting you, though. Ali, we're listening to you.
Oh, okay. Thanks to the callers for always taking their time to participate on the show. Like we said, this issue about bringing people to the country, the government need to be transparent to the Liberian people, because those guys coming to this country, pretty soon you will start seeing some of them having kids but our sisters in this place, and they are going to be here. Those people, their track record, because these are things the government should have investigated to know why America decided to dump those people into Liberia. Okay, I don't know the government is doing this because they want to have or ties with America. And these things, they are not good. You have been friends with America since this country was established. Okay, sometimes you should be able to agree to something and say, no, I cannot take this. As a government, you can't just accept every dike that America are looking for a place to throw, and then you take Liberia to be like a waste bin. Bringing these people here, or the criminal rate in this country is going to increase anytime from now, because you don't even know the type of people they give. They are bringing here 1,200. If America, with all that sophistication that they had, they can keep these people in their society, what about Liberia? You hear, according to the vice president, no security in this country. It is only God that carry us through in this country. And you bringing these kind of people here with high criminal records, some of them. This is a national security issue. This is a risk to the country and the citizen. So the first one that came, this is about time, even though anything the president want, he can get it from both houses. But I think it is about time they had to look at their own security in this country to see how they can renegotiate, maybe with the American government, to say, no, we wanted the 1,200, but we cannot continue because of XYZ. You don't have no security in this country. So for me, this is troubling, and this government, they had to think, they had to rethink and do something better to stop breaking that 1,200 deportee or people on asylum into Liberia that don't have no good infrastructure, no rules, no security in this country. According to the vice president, they are only here by the mercy of God. Till we can see you again, have a nice weekend. God bless America and God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Take care, Ali.
deportees from the United States. None of those people are actually from Liberia. They are from other African countries, from the Americas, from the Caribbean, and they are being deported to Liberia, where it is believed that they have said that these people will have the opportunity to apply for asylum within Liberia or indeed move on to other countries. Liberia have also made clear that this is not a quid pro quo situation with the United States. Donald Trump, as we know, has been dumping many third-party deportees on the African continent, and Liberia is now the latest list of countries on the African continent to accept with welcome arms these deportees coming into their country. We have heard from their Minister of Information, who shed a bit more light on this subject. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Liberia intends to accept up to 1,200 persons to be transferred from the United States of America within a year. The persons to be transferred to Liberia are third country nationals, some of whom may wish to seek asylum in Liberia. Honor the agreement or arrangement. Those to be transferred from the United States of America to Liberia will include citizens or nationals of African and Western Hemisphere countries who are medically authorized to travel.
So interesting times ahead, where we're looking at Trump's relationship with the African continent, especially where third-party deportations are concerned. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I mean, Femi, I don't know, but what's the deal in it for Liberia? How can you get it?
They said it's humanitarian.
No.
That's what they said.
Because Trump said his English is very good. The president of Liberia's English is very good. That must be something they are getting. When the UK wanted to bring people to Rwanda, it was paid for, right?
They support projects and infrastructure.
It was paid for.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Nothing.
In other cases, it's going to be paid for. So Liberia, that is already a poor country, just wants to do it for free.
Yeah.
Is it because of the former American heritage they have?
Well, they're making it clear. It might not be for free, but they're saying that it's humanitarian. They've also made clear that there's no quid pro quo between the two of them.
There's nothing humanitarian about it. Are there Liberians there?
Where? None of the 1,200 are Liberians, but there's some Africans. I mean, and they have said that if they choose to stay in Liberia, they can do so.
People. See, Liberia did not choose that scientists should come to them. They didn't choose that intellectuals should come to them. It's criminals. And they say if they choose. Why is there always bad things Africa used to attract? At least we heard the one from Ghana. There were some of our West African brothers, and that's why they collected them and they dispersed them immediately back here. So you just choose to get the hardened of the hardened criminals, and you say they choose to stay here, and you're telling me that there's nothing involved. They should investigate too. They should. I don't think there's something.
All right, there is something. Okay, nothing goes for nothing. Al Jazeera reports that the US has committed $124 million to health infrastructure in Liberia. They also negotiated a visa deal last year that rather than 12 months, they extended to 36 months. 36 months visa extension. There's something in it for Liberia. There's no country that is altruistic to the extent that you're taking back returnees. When your country itself has high unemployment rates, you have infrastructural challenges, your annual refugee intake as a country normally is about 1,169, not up to the 1,200 in one fell swoop from the United States. It's not humanitarian alone. And I do think, going back to Rufai's point, that it's quite unfortunate that deals like this are entered into by African countries like this for gain. What they couch it under is that, we're going to support the process by contributing money because we know that there'll be administrative costs into having these extra people in your country. It is money. The worst part of it, Okay, let's assume that they weigh the options and this is a gain for the countries, and oftentimes the money is not even spent for what it's supposed to be used for. If you look at the history, there will be no transparency, corruption will erode the benefits, and the people themselves who would have to live with the reality of scarce resources even becoming more scarce because more people are going for those scarce resources will not even benefit directly from it. So it's, I mean, there are laws, there are suits, lawsuits in the United States and in Liberia against this. Liberia, in terms of the legal part of it, is signed to the UN Convention of Refugees. So there are certain criteria that they must meet to ensure that these refugees will be well looked after and that they have the capacity to look after them and give them dignity of life. Can Liberia meet that threshold? That is the big question. There's no African country that the people themselves have not protested this, but the leaders have taken the decision to take whatever it is that Washington is giving them in exchange for accepting these deportees.
You are right. They are getting something to even help them strengthen their migration system. However, the issues we have seen in other countries in Africa about human rights, nobody in Liberia has raised those issues. Maybe those issues will still come to the fore and more details will be provided. But we still congratulate or thank Nigeria for refusing to be a dumping ground for the United States. Nigeria was one country that stood firm. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adefemi. We are dealing with a lot. We don't need any more issues. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adefemi. Liberia, it has agreed to accept up to 1,200 deportees.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualify people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualify people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.